Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's see if I can get this party rolling. So, I have this transfer. It is called Best in Town. Okay. And we're going to use, let me see if I can flip it the correct way. This part, life is short, eat ice cream first. And we're going to use the ice cream cutouts. Okay. So, let's see if we can't figure out where this video is. I just clicked on the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. It's been kind of a struggle over here. We've been having terrible weather. There have been really, really bad storms. Hi, Dee Dee. Hey, Laura. Welcome. Hi, Kathy. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining me. We've had power outages. We've had storms. This past weekend for Memorial Day weekend was great. Okay, it was a wonderful weekend. This is Dune. I'm going to start painting my cutouts. Y'all, I have not worked so hard out in the yard in a real long time. Okay, from Friday afternoon through Monday night. Well, Monday we kind of took a little bit of a break, but still on Monday we worked pretty hard too. We cut down a tree. We burned that entire tree. My dad came over and installed the electrical. I'm using guava for this top piece of the ice cream cone. I'm hoping I have this on the right side. We're gonna find out, I guess, together. And if I screwed it up, then we'll paint the other side too. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's right for this one. The other one, I don't know. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Stephanie. Yeah, so I'm sorry if you're also experiencing the bad weather. I'm using sage green for this other scoop. I'm hoping for it to be kind of like a mint chip-esque. Okay, maybe it's like a what's another green ice cream? I have one on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. So anyway, a green ice cream. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't look gross. So if you comment the word project on this post, you will get, hi Joni, sherbet is a good one. I was thinking of that nut. What's that nut called that's green? Why can't I think of it either? What is wrong with me? Pistachio. Thank you, Sandra. I'll get there eventually. Yes, thank you, Cindy. Pistachio is what I was thinking of. Chris asked for that a while back. Yes. So we're going to use the palette pack. I forget what this palette pack's even called. I have it pulled up. It's called the Sunset State of Mind palette pack. Okay. Hi, Brooke. How are you? If you comment project on this, you will get the link for all of it that I'm using. This is a D-size transfer. There is another cutout that goes with the top part of this. We're not going to be using it tonight. You can grab that as well if you want. It is a chalk shape, so if you mess it up, you can't mess it up. That's the point. Alright, so let's get this dry. I want to do a couple layers on this for my paint. I'm just using these cheapo. I love these foam brushes. Especially because I don't have to try and save them. I don't have to wash them. I don't have to worry. I can just chuck them. I know that's probably terrible. I think you're supposed to wash these. But they're so cheap that I really don't care that much. I'm sorry. Awesome. I'm happy that you're able to watch, Brooke. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate it. I know it's earlier than my normal time, y'all. So I've also been sucked in. Anybody watch Bridgerton here? Okay, well I already finished this season up to the part that's like you have to wait for another month for the rest of it to come out or whatever. Then I started watching Queen Charlotte. Y'all, do not sleep on that. Okay, hi Anita, how are you? Don't sleep on that series, Queen Charlotte. So I didn't really know anything about Queen Charlotte. And in the series, she's kind of not very nice. Hi Stephanie, how are you? I didn't know what I thought of her, okay? Because she's not nice, okay? She seems like drama and whatever. It's good for the show, but she's not my favorite character. Well, the show Queen Charlotte really gets into her marriage, and y'all, this lady is lovable, okay? So go check that out if you like Bridgerton. And then, of course, the oldie but a goodie, I started watching. So I noticed the other day on my Netflix that it was saying that I had a bunch of new episodes of Outlander. And I listened to the audiobooks of Outlander. There's like 8 of them, okay? They're really good too. And so I started watching like at season 5 because I've already watched everything else before that. But I really don't know whether I've seen these episodes that I just finished watching or if I'm remembering the story from the books. It's so good. So go check that out too. It's all on Netflix. You're welcome. You'll be binge watching it, I'm sure. I can't stop now. So like every free moment of my time. Normally I listen to audiobooks. And I've been watching Outlander and Bridgerton, catching up. Alright. These are all... That one's not dry. I just realized. Hold on. I think this one might still be a little wet, too. Let me make sure. That one is dry. So, I don't know. I got distracted by Outlander and Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte. It can't be helped. Alright. Here we go. So yeah, it's been kind of crazy around here. We are working on buying a generator and getting that installed. So that's in the works right now too, so we won't lose power anymore every time the wind blows. It feels like yesterday it wasn't even raining yet and we lost power, which is very annoying because it's the middle of my workday, people. Like, come on, storms. Y'all need to wait until I'm not at work to be acting a fool. But then I would like to have internet on the weekends too, and in the evenings, and AC also. So just don't make my power go out. That would be really cool of you, but I don't think it's going to happen. So for now, we're going to get a generator to power our whole house when the lights go out. All right. So we are using the 5x12 outside the box frame. Okay, I'm going to show you how this is all going to come together. And let's just begin at the beginning here with our cutouts first. So I have my cutouts, and I do want to, I'm going to fuzz it really well, okay? Plus, I'm also going to wax. Now, these are chalkable shapes. That means that they are reusable if you want to, or if you mess it up. It makes it real simple. Oops. To fix your mistakes, just wipe it off with some water and a board eraser and try again, okay? Now, if you put wax on here and then you go and mess it up, it's going to be a little harder to get the chalk off, the chalk paste. Hi, Phyllis! But not impossible, okay? Alright, we're going to use Shimmer Harvest. Hopefully this is going to look good. I have a vision. Sometimes my vision works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to try and fuzz a lot. Because I've noticed on these chalkable shapes, a little bit more than on cutouts, okay, like my cutouts that are wood. Because it's a chalkboard, it will pull up your paste a lot worse, alright, or paint. So, just fuzz really well, and then we're going to go, alright? And make sure also, so I didn't do this before I started painting, but make sure you're painting the right sides, okay? Look, I got lucky by, it just so happened that I was painting the correct sides, but make sure that you are, before you start, so that you don't have to repaint because you messed it up, okay? And it's not going to kill anything, alright? Just, if you do paint the wrong side, just flip it over and paint the right one, but it'll help you and it'll make your life easier, so just pay attention to that, okay? Just so happened I was on the correct side, so that's good. But 9 times out of 10, I paint the wrong side to start with. So just check it. And it's hard to tell on these cutouts because they're both white on the, like, both sides are white. So how do you know? Unless if you just look at the transfer and make sure that it's, because the shapes are different. It's not just a square or circle or whatever. So, you know, you can sort of tell just by looking at it. Oh, this is cute. That is perfect. I love it. Okay, the Shimmer Harvest worked out really good for that. Loving it. Hi, Tina. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I know, adulting sucks. I'm telling you what. I wholeheartedly am not a fan. All right? I'm simply not having a good time. Having to do the adult thing out here in the world, I feel you. Okay? All right, again, I'm going to wax. I'm going to go ahead and wax all three of these, or these other two. Because why not? Do them both. Oh, well, so I have been slacking a lot lately. And I found that if I get off work about 5 o'clock, okay? If I wait until 7:30, like I normally do, to do my live, I'm tired from the day. I don't want to do it. Sometimes I want to nap. And I'm finding myself not being motivated. So tonight I told myself you can watch one episode of Outlander, and then you will get your butt up and you will go in there and do your live, and you will not disappoint yourself or others. And so that's what I did. And I wore this shirt today because it's hot outside. It is so stinking hot. I don't know how many times I have to say that to make you understand that it's like living on the surface of the sun, pretty much. Okay, that's what's happening in my hometown right now, where we currently live, basically. And yeah, so I'm trying to stay cool. Even though I say that, I do wear a sweater most of the day during the day because it's freezing in my house. Currently, I'm not cold, thank goodness. But I do have a blanket at my desk, and I wear a sweater most of the day. Uh-oh. You're going to hear those are barking because we have a delivery of some sort. Anywho, yeah, so. Yeah, it's been in the high 90s here. Okay. And when I tell you, I know I said this a minute ago, but I'm going to repeat it again. I have not worked outside this hard in many, many years, okay? And I forgot what it was like to just be a sweaty nightmare and not be able to cool off because it's so stinking hot and humid here. Every day this weekend that we worked outside, I changed my clothes no less than 2 to 3 times every single day, okay? Every day. So I ended up having to wash my clothes, do laundry, because I didn't have any shorts left. That's cute. That's pistachio ice cream, my friends. Okay? Now, I used guava to paint the background on this. We're going to try and do the outline with Couture Coral. Hopefully it's going to look good. Because strawberry ice cream is my favorite. I don't know if I've ever told y'all that or not. But there's also cherry on top of this one. So I needed to do some kind of color for the cherry. And we got to have an outline. You know, you don't have to paint these, okay? But, you know I had to paint them. Alright, so let's get in there with this. Let's see if I can, there we go. Make sure it's lined up really good. Yeah, it is really hot here. And so I posted the other day on my page asking, like, what's the temperature there? And, like, Texas is just heating up. And, y'all, it's been record highs for May this month already. So I'm sure in the summertime it's just going to be terrible. Okay? I'm hoping to not have to work outside anymore. But Chris and I did commit to each other that we would do our very best to start getting out in the yard more. Because it's fun. Like, working together, we have a great time. We really enjoy each other's company. He cut down a tree on Saturday, I think it was. And he chopped it all up all day Saturday. And then Sunday, we moved it into the backyard and burned that entire tree. Instead of saving it, yeah, so the storms have been pretty bad. Although I'm not nearly as afraid as I was in Tennessee, because I'm going to take this out of here. So there's a brown side and there's a white side. I think we're going to use the brown side today, okay? That's the great thing about this. They're double-sided, and you can take them out. So it makes it super easy to do your design. Now, I'm not going to fuzz this a whole lot. I don't think there's a need to on the wood side. If this was the chalkboard insert, definitely want to make sure that you fuzz it a lot, okay? But on the wood, I'm not super concerned. Now, I'm going to go put this up here a little bit because we have our little cutout. I'm not going to attach that to this surface, but we're going to put it on the frame, okay? So I want to leave a little room at the bottom so I don't cover it up. All right. Now, my problem is, what color am I going to use? And I was thinking about doing a hot mess, but maybe I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to just go with eggshell blue. I love this color, and I think that's going to work for me. Okay, so this says life is short, eat ice cream first, which is my motto. Okay, honestly, dessert, any kind of dessert can come first, or you can actually order dessert at any restaurant you want to, and no matter how much you've already eaten, because you have a second stomach for a dessert. I don't know if your mom's taught y'all that, but that's a fact. And if you didn't know, now you know. Also, you know, calories don't count for dessert. I don't know if anyone ever taught you that, but follow me for more fitness hacks. Just kidding. I'm not the one to follow if you're trying to get fit, because it's not really happening for me. And probably because I eat dessert at every meal. I require it. Something sweet. Yeah, exactly. It's like a cow has a second stomach for whatever they have a second stomach for. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I'm like a cow in many ways. All right, here we go. All right, so there is eggshell blue. I love this color, y'all. It looks amazing on the brown background. The only way that you can get this color is in this palette pack. Yeah, so me and my mom used to actually go out, and we still do. We would go to a restaurant together, just me and her, and we would sit down at a table and only order dessert and drinks. Get like a mixed drink and dessert. We would not eat regular food. Can't do that with my dad or with Chris because they insist on actual food, but I could survive, I swear to you, on only dessert and a little bit of alcohol. And the alcohol for me isn't even required, but it helps. Alright. Y'all, this is stinking cute. I'm excited about this project. Really excited about it. I already have my hot glue gun heating up. This is dry. That looks great on the brown background. I love it. Now, this goes on the top so that you can hang it and you're not going to fall out, okay? It's easily taken out, okay? There we go. Yeah, coffee and dessert, same thing. Totally fine to just go ahead and have that only. Okay, now, make sure these are dry. I'm sure they are, but just be sure, all right? Now, I'm going to just stack this on here first. They kind of fit together, okay? But I need a place to glue to, so I need to make sure this matches my vision. Just, it's like perfect, okay? Now, I'm going to put this right here, like that, with just a little bit of glue. And then this one's going to go here. I'm not taking my eyes away so that I can measure it. So do y'all do girl measurements? Where you like, it's this long. That's the length. I didn't measure it with a with any kind of actual measuring tool, just my eyes. Okay. Put that right there. Y'all, this is stinking cute. Oh my gosh. It is kind of covering up the F though, so that's not perfect, but that's okay. It's okay. So, life is short. Eat ice cream first. Words to live by. I hope that you agree. Go get you some coffee and ice cream or dessert of your choice ASAP. And make sure that you order ice cream with your dinner because it's the best meal of the day. Okay? All right, y'all. Love you so much. I hope you had a great night. Look how cute this little ice cream cone is. We'll talk soon, okay? Good night.